The stars shimmered like diamonds scattered across an endless void, but tonight they were silent witnesses to humanity's last stand. On the edge of the Andromeda Galaxy, aboard the Ecliptica, Captain Elias Voss stared at the holographic display hovering above the command console. The message blinked in crimson letters, repeating itself over and over again. Earth's final transmission. You have sealed your fate. It wasn't just a warning, it was a verdict. 3 months earlier, Earth had been thriving. Humanity had reached new heights, colonizing Mars and mining asteroids for resources that fueled their insatiable hunger for progress. But with every leap forward came consequences. Decades of unchecked experimentation with quantum energy manipulation had finally tipped the balance. A catastrophic event known as the fracture tore through space-time, creating fissures between dimensions. These rifts allowed something alien and ancient to slip into human territory. At first, contact seemed peaceful. The beings called themselves the Nixari, claiming to be explorers from another dimension. They offered knowledge beyond comprehension, sharing technology so advanced it made fusion reactors look like campfires. Humanity welcomed them with open arms, eager to learn and grow, but beneath their serene facade lay a cold, calculating purpose. The Nixari weren't here to help. They were here to harvest. When the truth came to light, it was too late. Entire cities vanished overnight, consumed by shadowy tendrils that emerged from the dimensional rifts. Billions perished before anyone realized what was happening. By then, Earth was already lost. Governments scrambled to evacuate survivors, loading them onto hastily assembled Orc ships bound for distant colonies. But not everyone could escape. Those left behind sent one final transmission, a desperate plea for redemption and a chilling accusation directed at those who fled. Captain Voss clenched his fists as he replayed the message. His crew watched him from their stations, unease rippling through the air like static electricity. The Ecliptica was among the last ships to leave. Sol System, carrying thousands of refugees crammed into its cryopods. Their destination, Proxima Centauri b, a barely habitable exoplanet chosen out of sheer necessity. It was supposed to be a fresh start, a chance to rebuild. But now, this message cast doubt on everything. "What does it mean?" asked Lieutenant Arden Kale, the ship's communications officer. Her voice trembled slightly, betraying her fear. "You have sealed your fate? Are they talking about us?" Voss turned to face her, his sharp features illuminated by the red glow of the console. "It's a guilt trip," he said grimly. "A reminder of what we left behind, what we failed to protect." "But why send it now?" interjected Dr. Leora Tanaka, the ship's chief scientist. She adjusted her glasses, her dark eyes scanning the data streaming across her tablet. "If Earth is gone, how are they still broadcasting? That signal must have traveled light years to reach us." "Maybe it didn't come from Earth," suggested Ensign Ravi Patel, the youngest member of the bridge crew. He glanced nervously at the others. "What if it's them?" A heavy silence settled over the room. Everyone knew who they were, the Nixari. The thought of encountering them again sent shivers down even the bravest spines. "We need answers," Voss declared, breaking the tension. "Dr. Tanaka, analyze the signal. Find out where it originated. Lieutenant Kale, keep monitoring all frequencies. If there's more coming, I want to know immediately." "Yes, sir," both officers replied in unison. As the crew dispersed to their tasks, Voss retreated to his quarters. He sank into his chair, staring at the faint reflection of his weary face in the viewport. Behind him, the swirling blue-white vortex of a wormhole loomed, a shortcut created using stolen Nixari tech. It was risky, unstable, but necessary to shave years off their journey. Still, he couldn't shake the feeling that they were being led into a trap. Hours passed. The hum of the ship's engines filled the corridors, a constant reminder of their fragile existence in the vastness of space. Then, without warning, alarms blared throughout the vessel. "Incoming transmission!" Kyle's panicked voice echoed over the intercom. "Captain, you need to see this." Voss sprinted back to the bridge, his heart pounding. When he arrived, the screen displayed a new message. This time it wasn't text. It was a video feed. Static flickered briefly before, resolving into a clear image. What appeared on the screen froze everyone in place. It was Earth, or what remained of it. The planet looked like a corpse drained of life. Its once vibrant surface was now a barren wasteland, cloaked in perpetual twilight. Jagged spires jutted from the ground like broken bones, remnants of cities swallowed whole. Orbiting the desolate sphere was a massive construct, pulsating with dark energy. It resembled a spiderweb spun from obsidian threads, each strand vibrating, with malevolent intent. And then a figure stepped into view, or rather, a thing. It stood tall and slender, its form shifting constantly as if reality itself couldn't contain it. Eyes glowed within its featureless head, burning with an intelligence far older than humanity. Its voice reverberated through the speakers, deep and resonant, sending chills down every spine. "Humans," it began, addressing them directly. "Your kind has proven resourceful, fleeing your doomed world to seed chaos elsewhere. But you cannot outrun destiny. We are the Nixari, guardians of the void. Your tampering with forces beyond your understanding has disrupted the natural order. For this transgression, you will pay." Voss felt bile rise in his throat. "Guardians," he whispered hoarsely. "You're parasites." The Nixari tilted its head as if amused. "Parasites sustain themselves by feeding on hosts. Guardians maintain balance. Your species is a cancer, consuming without restraint. Left unchecked, you would spread your disease across the cosmos. We merely intervened." "So Earth was punishment?" Voss demanded, stepping closer to the screen. "Billions dead because of your twisted sense of justice?" "Punishment implies malice," the Nixari replied calmly. "This is correction. However, your survival complicates matters. As long as you persist, the threat remains. Therefore, we will follow you to the ends of the universe if necessary. There is nowhere you can hide." Before Voss could respond, the transmission cut off. The screen went black, leaving only the faint hum of the ship's systems. No one spoke. No one dared to breathe. Finally, Dr. Tanaka broke the silence. "They're tracking us," she murmured. "That signal wasn't just a message. It was a beacon. They know exactly where we are." Voss nodded slowly. "Then we have two choices: surrender or fight." "And if we surrender?" Kale asked quietly. "They'll exterminate us," Voss replied bluntly. "But if we fight, we might actually have a chance." Despite the odds stacked against them, determination hardened in his gaze. Humanity had always thrived under pressure, finding ways to adapt and survive. Even now, cornered and outnumbered, they refused to give up. "Prepare the fleet," Voss ordered. "We're heading into the wormhole. Let's see if these guardians can keep up." As the ecliptica accelerated toward the glowing vortex, hope flickered faintly amidst the darkness. Somewhere deep inside, Voss believed they could prevail. Not because they were stronger, but because they had something the Nixari lacked: resilience. For better or worse, humanity's story was far from over.